I just almost made a fire hazard because of my ritual candle. That's why I'm telling everybody to watch always the ritual candles. It actually happened first time that well, anyways, welcome to a new reading. We are currently in some kind of energy portal, so go meditate before it's closing. Well, it's never like closing too much, but let's see what's going on. So you are moving into a frequency or a reality, call it however you want, a period of your time with more gracefulness, with more love towards yourself, with more generosity towards others. And you are also moving away from past anxieties and anxieties, I refer more to the mental space, like you're moving towards a time where you are more mentally clear. I'm watching it. Yeah. You're waiting for some justice to be made, but you have to carry a bit more and integrate more of your energy, of the shadows. If you need like more in-depth shadow work, it would be my pleasure to be your spiritual guide into that. This is the overall like energy reading. Let's see what is next. Keep doing heart exercises, energy work as well as physical work. There is a good exercise like these yoga blocks. I have it, but it's somewhere else. Like with a yoga block, and you lie it on the floor under your on your upper back under your chest, and you just like stay like that and notice how it feels here, because you need to expand more to receive more. This heart space is like a projector, and we inhale energy through this, and if we don't clear it enough, it's just blocking. You may have lots of potential, lots of things, but if it's like all messed up in here, it's not gonna move too much. Let's see what else we have in here. Do some exercises with your third eye. I think in my last reading, either here or on TikTok, I said that you're forcing your third eye. But I think now with this reading, at least for this collective, you can move a bit further with your spiritual awakening and spiritual experience. Just close your eyes and feel into your body, and don't overthink. You can set one intention before, but mostly the purpose is to connect to your body and understand when is a vision or something spiritual, meaning, like really meaningful. Because listen, if you're a person who's very aware, who's on like a spiritual path, like of course we are all spiritual, but if you're like doing spiritual work, then everything you're gonna be aware like about like every connection. So just because every connection feels meaningful, it doesn't mean that you have to inhale every connection. You know, it just means you are aware of what this connection means. Like, use it as a guide for yourself, because every connection is meaningful and has a purpose in our life. It's just most of people are not as aware of that, so you know, they just leave. But don't get too soaked into this like spiritual meaning, because like everything is meaningful. And first of all, you know what, your life path is meaningful. Yes, that being said, when you close your eyes and you connect to your body, just be aware of what you feel in your body, and you'll notice at some point that some activity is gonna be happening. You're gonna start feeling different after you pass the physical activity and feeling your body. You'll go towards a more spiritual activity, and you don't have to force to see stuff, but you will see maybe like a pulsating like circle, like yeah, pulsating circle, purple or violet or like yellow color. Like, just notice, you, you it doesn't have to be always and every time that you receive a meaningful message, you know. That's also kind of partly the reason why I don't just do like past life regression therapy. I do it part of the shadow work according to your journey, because just to be nosy, there is no point in that. It can bring you even more overthinking if you're too nosy. Okay, I'm just watching that girl. And yeah, you have to explore more of your passions. You have something, a passion in your life that you are either hiding or you don't explore it, or it's like you're like keeping it in your mental jail. Like, I like to call it like that, a mental jail. So you have a part of yourself that people already know, but you have the other part, but that you're keeping it mysterious and secret. And I am not saying show it now to everybody. I'm saying explore it for yourself. You know, it's normal to have our own little secrets in our own life. You don't have to being authentic doesn't mean to be a stupid person who tells everybody what you do and everything about yourself, because, you know, trust God and yourself. You don't have to trust every single person. That's crazy. Let's see what else. I don't do, by the way, like, I'm not a tarot reader. I use tarot as a guidance for the energy that I feel, and like guidance and confirmation. And because also I'm like visual. Yeah. Do some affirmations about receiving. Do this exercise where you're like receiving, just like feel yourself aligned with like receiving stuff, and trust that everything you receive is aligned with your higher path, and just receive more, right? This hyper independence feminism is crazy, so that's oppression. I'm gonna talk about that another time on another episode, but you don't have to do everything yourself. And also, you don't have to just stay on the sofa and receive, because it depends on your life path and your desires. But I think you're like very independent, you have like dreams, and you have a purpose. And usually this kind of people, they have trouble receiving, and don't. But I see that I know that you're working on that, because when we work more on being grateful and offering, we also gain the confidence about ourselves that yes, we deserve to receive. First of all, because awareness, being aware of like, yeah, I give, it's just a normal law, right, of energy exchange. If I give something, I have to receive back. It's just like normal, first of all. But also, it depends what you give, right? So the difference here is that I think the things that you offer may be more valuable than what you receive, and you have to accept on receiving more valuable things. And I'm not talking only about material things, but also that. Talking about material, yeah, you that's a flow problem, that's a emotional problem. But you are on the right track. I see the Judgment card here. You're pretty aware. I'm just guiding you and pointing things out, like from the third person, you know. Let's see if there is something else here. I feel like I'm getting a combination here. Okay. Okay, what you have to do for sure, those were like advice, but what you have to do for sure is to call your power back. And imagine drawing back every thought spent on things that now you think that you overthought those moments. Imagine all the energy spent on like disappointments and breakup. Imagine all the energy spent on like maybe some passion projects that you had, it didn't work out or something like that. Imagine drawing all of this back and recycle. Imagine like imagine like, you know, like a washing machine thing. You put everything in that wheel and you take the energy back. And you imagine how that was like a metaphor, but you are imagining taking all this power back and then projecting it out in your ideal reality. So you have to take your power back this way, because that energy is yours and you have to call it back. Yeah. I suddenly became very quiet because the energy is heavy, honestly. Like a lot of misunderstandings and like crying and stuff like that. So that is the key, to draw it back and recycle, project it in a clear way. This is actually learning from your experience, but it's good to do energetically as well. And yeah, I think that was it for today, for now. Yeah, I see a lot of like generosity and affection coming your way. And when I say this, don't imagine a prince on a white horse necessarily. First of all, you are that person, and that's the reality. Yeah, that was it for now, for today. And if you want some more energy work, shadow work, you want to clear the emotional loops, you find it hard to get out of your patterns, you have like highs and lows and all of this, you are welcome to book a session with me. You go on my website and we can do either Reiki healing if you live in the same city as I do, or we can do shadow work, which I include in shadow work everything based on your experience. My approach is holistical, and I spent many years doing it the hard way, and yeah, I'm grateful that now I can finally share and be your guide in this crazy world. Have a good day.